Those wire shelves you have all around your house don't have to be boring. All you have to do is just cover them up. For this project, I headed to the Dollar Tree and picked up 2 foam boards and some packing tape. When I got home, I measured my wire shelves to determine the length and width, which was 48 inches long and 16 inches wide. Starting with the top of the shelf, I cut each of the 2 boards at 16 inches wide using an X-Acto knife. Then I lined up their short sides and taped the ends together. First, I placed a long piece of tape over the seam, then flipped them over and folded the tape to the other side. Then I placed another piece of tape over the back side of the seam to reinforce it. Then I cut that long piece to 48 inches, so the final piece measured 48 inches long by 16 inches wide. I had 2 pieces remaining from cutting the top that were 4 inches wide, so I taped those together using the same method of joining the seams. Then from another scrap piece, I cut 2 side pieces that measured 4 inches wide by 16 inches long. To attach the front piece, I placed a strip of tape halfway onto one long edge of the main piece of foam board, then placed the front piece underneath. For the sides, I placed a piece of tape halfway onto one long side, then attached it to the short side of the main piece and the short side of the front piece. Next, I measured and cut some faux wood contact paper that I got off of Amazon. I started by covering the front piece, then covered the top with a few pieces of contact paper, followed by the sides. To ensure the best look possible, I made sure to take my time and work in sections, smoothing out any air bubbles as I went. I also made sure that the wood grain went in a horizontal direction across the front and sides, as well as the top. Then I added my shelf topper to my wire shelves in my laundry room and got to work adding decor and storage. Now this shelf looks so much more polished and matches the rest of my laundry room. I hope this project inspires you to cover your wire shelves around your home, whether that be in your pantry, bathroom, or laundry room.
I used 2 tension rods for this brilliant storage solution. I placed them between my washing machine and wall, which is an awkward, unused space. I made sure they were both level, and then I got a piece of wood to fit on top. I trimmed another scrap piece of wood for the front, and I used a brad nailer to secure them together. I grabbed shelf liner from the dollar store and stuck it to the wood to make it look like one large thick board. I trimmed the edges and placed it on top of the tension rods, and now I have a solution for more storage in my laundry room that actually looks good. I hope this inspires you to make use of those awkward spaces and make these easy tension rod shelves.
I didn't want to pay for new wood shelves, so I decided to create something of my own. I purchased some sheets of plywood from the hardware store. They cost under $8 a piece. I cut my plywood to the size of the shelving as it existed in the pantry. Once I had the plywood pieces cut, I cut the 1x3s to the correct length. After that, I just added the plywood on top of the 1x3 and I used the nail gun to secure it in place. I set my wire shelving back in place and then added the new wood covering right on top of that. Once I had them all in, they looked great, but I definitely wanted to stain them to make them a little bit of a darker, richer color. I would recommend taking the shelving out and staining it somewhere outside, but I ended up just staining mine right in place.
What if I told you there's a way to get way more storage out of the Walmart cubbies you already own without buying new furniture or spending a lot of money? For this project, I grabbed a few foam boards from Dollar Tree. I started by removing one drawer from my cube organizer and measuring the inside so I could size my foam board pieces to fit perfectly. For each cubby, I used 2 foam board panels, cut to size, and made a slit in the center of each one so they could slide together. Once everything was cut, I added contact paper to some of the panels for a pop of color, leaving the others plain for a clean, modern look. You could also paint or decorate them however you want. Then came the fun part, assembly. I slid 2 boards together to create an X shape, which instantly turns one cubby into 4 compartments. All that's left is sliding the inserts into the cubbies. Instantly, you've got space for shoes, blankets, coats. Everything finally has a home.
Don't let any space go to waste. Grab 2 tension rods from Walmart or online and bring them to your kids' room and take that awkward space, like this one, between dresser and wall and make it something useful. I created the shelf by extending the rod in between the wall and the dresser, one toward the back and one toward the front. And I'm going to do 2 of these. I'm going to take some cardboard. Once you've done your measurements with your ruler and pencil, use the ruler as a straight edge for your box cutter and go ahead and cut the cardboard into a nice, even rectangle with that front flap. This is really great, and it's a good way to use up cardboard, and it's pretty forgiving. So if you mess up, you can always grab another piece. I grabbed some peel and stick. This is peel and stick laminate paper, and I am going to measure it with my cardboard piece and cut out a piece that overhangs by about at least an inch on each side, because I'm going to essentially kind of wrap it around the edges to create a nice smooth edge on it. I make a little cut right where that cardboard is going to fold because I want to make sure it's got plenty of flexibility. Be sure to smooth this paper out as you apply it. The next thing that you're going to want to do is bring them back into your room and place them on the tension rods that you've made there. So I hope you guys find that helpful, a great way to add space using very simple tools that you have around the house and supplies.
Do you have some old lighting in your home that looks like this and can use a cute and inexpensive upgrade? For this project, I started by heading to the Dollar Tree and picking up 2 foam core boards. First, I measured the light fixture above my sink. Using a large ruler and cutting mat, I cut my foam boards to size. I cut one piece measuring 20.5 inches by 8 inches and 2 side pieces measuring 12 inches by 8 inches. Next, I scored a vertical line at the 10-inch mark on each of the 12-inch pieces. Be careful not to cut all the way through the foam board. You only want to score it deeply enough to create a clean fold. Then I bent the smaller 2-inch section backward. To assemble the cover, I taped the pieces together. Starting with the large center panel, I placed packing tape along the edge so that half of the tape extended beyond the board. I then attached one side panel perpendicular to the centerpiece, creating a right angle. Once everything was secure, I laid lightweight quilt batting over the assembled cover and cut it to size, leaving a couple inches of overhang on all sides. Using a spray adhesive, I attached the batting, working from one side to the other to keep it smooth and wrinkle-free. After covering the front and sides, I flipped the piece over and secured the excess batting to the back. To help the corners lay flat, I cut small slits before folding the material over. I also trimmed away any excess and left the small 2-inch end flaps uncovered. Next came the fun part, adding fabric. I chose a soft beige gingham that coordinates perfectly with my decor. I cut a piece of fabric long enough to wrap around the entire cover, leaving several extra inches on each side. Then, using more spray adhesive, I attached the fabric starting on one short side and slowly working my way across, smoothing out any wrinkles as I went. The center section on the back still needed to be covered, so I cut a coordinating strip of fabric and attached it. The seams looked a little unfinished, so I covered the edges with some bias tape I already had on hand. A little hot glue was all it took, and it gave the project a polished, finished look. To install the cover, I added command strips to the back of the 2-inch flaps and attached it directly over my existing bathroom light fixture. I also made sure there was enough clearance for my medicine cabinet door to open properly. And that's it. Now I have a custom light cover that hides the outdated, rusty fixture and blends beautifully with the rest of my home decor.